It may be time for you to start thinking outside the box. It may be time for you to start tweaking your mindset. And that's what we do here in the fifth dimension. Now, today's topic is all too common to a lot of people out there. We are looking for people who aren't looking for us. Does that sound like you? It might. And if it does sound like you, then listen in, because it may be time for you to start looking for yourself. Let that land for a moment, because so many of us, we don't just look for people who aren't looking for us, we invest in them. Yeah, we pour into them, we wait on them. And here's the thing, we also interpret their silence. When they're quiet, we're like, oh, trying to figure out why. They must be busy. Oh yeah, they told me they're doing this or they're doing that. That's why they're not checking in. But really, we know it only takes a second for someone to check in. And their inconsistency, all those little crumbs, they're meaningful, right? No, they're not. You're seeing them as meaningful. You're seeing them reaching out to you and saying hi after not reaching out for a few days as a crumb of proof that they're into you. But that's not true. It's not love. It's not potential. It's not timing. And we all know what love looks like. We love that feeling of love, whether we see it on a movie when two people are falling in love. And I give that as an example because as a single woman, I see that and I love that and I adore that, whether it is on a movie or in person. But I was watching a movie last night and I saw two actors emulate that, and I was like, wow, they look like they really are into each other, because it is that look in the eye that, oh my gosh, I just want to touch you, I just want to kiss you and just grab onto your arm and be close to you and never be away from you. That is that clear connection of desire. You know what this really is, when you are trying to analyze any little crumb, it's misalignment. And misalignment, when you keep feeding it, becomes self-abandonment. And that's why at the beginning of the video I said you got to start investing in yourself. There's something so deeply painful about offering your energy, your attention, your care, your essence to someone who hasn't asked for it, hasn't earned it, and is not reciprocating it. And yet, people do this every day. You might be doing this since you clicked on this video, or you might know someone who's doing it, or you might have done it. This is not a unique topic or some strange thing to talk about. And if you're doing it right now, you know, you're texting first. You're doing the checking in first. You're showing up first. You give them emotional access to you right away. You think about them. You include them in your vision for your future. Meanwhile, they barely include you in their day. You don't even know where you fit in. And somewhere along the way, you start shrinking your needs to keep them comfortable. You start telling yourself things like, yeah, they're busy, like I said, right? Or they're healing. That is one that a lot of us use. They're getting over a relationship, or they're a little traumatized, and they will soon recognize how you can help heal them. Maybe they don't realize how I feel, is another common one. But let's be honest, friend. People know when someone is showing up for them. They know it. It's just a vibe, it's a feeling. And if they're not meeting you there, it's because they are choosing not to. That doesn't make them evil, but it does make them unavailable. And unavailable people will drain you. Not because they're taking everything from you, but because you keep offering them everything. And there's a difference. You're not being robbed. You're overgiving your time, your resources, even just your energy. And that distinction matters because it brings your power back to you. Because if you are the one giving where there is no return, then you're also the one who can stop it. That's right. Now let's talk about the cost of all of this because it is costly. Every time you show up for someone who doesn't show up for you, you reinforce a belief inside yourself that I have to earn love, or my presence is not enough, or I just need to try harder, give more, be softer, prettier, quieter, easier. Then maybe they will choose me. And that belief, guys, girls, it erodes at your self-worth. It keeps you questioning about yourself. And it may not erode you all at once, but slowly and quietly, like water wearing down a stone, it will definitely get to a point where you will start to question yourself, overanalyze you, maybe even feel anxious, insecure, restless. And then you blame yourself for feeling that way. But your nervous system is not confused. It's responding accurately to inconsistency. Inconsistency. That's what your nervous system is reacting to. Emotional unavailability. Like when something is closed, even if it's a store, you were looking forward to getting to the store and boom, you get there and for some reason the store is closed. You get there a minute late, or you didn't realize they closed on Sundays, or perhaps they're just out of business. It's disappointing, right? And if they sold something that you really liked, you are endlessly searching for that item again. You're looking to see where it's available because that feeling of unavailability has you feeling a little empty, right? And when you are feeling empty in a space where your energy is not being matched, there is nothing wrong with you for feeling depleted in that dynamic. Let's just get to that. You're not too much or too little. You are just pouring yourself into the wrong place. Let's get back to the store that's unavailable. So you get home and you look all over Amazon, you look all over Temu, you look all over the internet for that item, but you can't find it. So what do? You look for an alternative, but you still can't find it because the alternative broke easily or didn't have the right quality that you were looking for. A lot of people will try to do that temporarily. Replace the person that they like with someone else. But then when they do, they feel all yucky about it and they're like, nah, yeah, that doesn't really match. Right? And then again, you're pouring into the wrong place and it will always keep giving you that emptiness because you can't receive from someone who does not see you, who cannot build with you and isn't choosing you. You can't create intimacy with someone who is comfortable keeping you at a distance. And that is just that key. Even if you do connect every now and again, even if you do have a dalliance once in a while, even if you are a lover without any type of commitment, a friend with benefits maybe, that sometimes creates even worse problems for people. And this is where we have to be very honest. Sometimes we don't actually even want them. We want to imagine what it could be with them. That is just the version of them that you're choosing. You're like, you know what? What would it be? What would it be like to be with them? What if we were together? What if we did this? And you start fantasizing, which is very normal, about what the future would be. You know, that validation of being picked by someone who hasn't picked us yet. And that too is a trap because now you're not responding to reality. You're chasing a projection, and projections don't love you back. They keep you stuck. They keep you waiting. They keep you performing. And while you are doing all of that, someone else, someone aligned, someone available, and someone who would meet you fully is passing you by. Because your attention is locked onto someone who isn't even looking in your direction. This is why this statement is so powerful. Stop looking for who is not looking for you. It's not harsh. My friend, it's liberating. It's setting boundaries. It's a redirection of your life force. Because your attention is not small. Your attention, it's sacred. Where you place it shapes your reality. So if you keep placing it on someone who sees you as a friend, a convenience, a resource, or worse, doesn't see you at all, you're training yourself to accept less than what your soul actually desires. And let's go even deeper. There is something deeply wounding about giving your love where it is not valued. It feels like rejection, but it cuts deeper than that because it creates a split within you. A part of you knows this doesn't feel good. This isn't mutual. This is draining me. But another part of you says, stay, try harder, don't give up. You never know what could happen. And when you override your inner knowing like that, repeatedly, you begin to disconnect from yourself. That is the real cost. Not just the time wasted, not just the energy spent, but the distance created between you and your own truth. And once you are disconnected from your truth, you become easier to mislead, easier to settle, easier to stay in things that are not meant for you. That's when people who know you know your worth and question what is going on with you. And not that you live for people. It's just that sometimes people see you clearer than you see yourself. So this is not just about them, the person who you're running to. This is about your relationship with yourself. Are you listening to yourself? Are you honoring what you feel? Or are you abandoning yourself to maintain access to someone who barely offers you anything? Because, friend, access is not intimacy. Attention is not love. And proximity is not connection. Let's say that again. Let's say it and feel it. Access is not intimacy. Attention is not love. Proximity is not connection. Someone being around does not mean they are there for you. Someone responding does not mean they value you. Someone knowing you exist does not mean they are choosing you. And you deserve to be chosen, not tolerated, not kept on standby, not used as a resource, not slowly responded to. Chosen, clearly, consistently, and without confusion, without you having to decode every interaction like it's a puzzle. Real connection does not require you to beg, chase, or convince. It meets you. It recognizes you. It responds to you. So if you're in this situation where you constantly feel like you have to prove your worth, you are not in alignment. And alignment matters more than attachment, because attachment will keep you in pain. Alignment will set you free. It's you getting to know who you are. So, what does it look like to stop looking for who is not looking for you? It looks like pulling your energy back. Not in anger, remember that. Not in bitterness, for sure, but in self respect. It looks like noticing who initiates with you, who checks in with you, who makes space, who is consistent, and you become more available to what is truly meant for you. Because then you're choosing yourself and what is meant for you. And what is meant for you will never require you to abandon yourself to receive it. So stop looking for who's not looking for you and start becoming fully present with who is. And that's you. Have an amazing day. Thank you for joining Fifth Dimension. I appreciate that you stopped by. See you in the next video.